Here are the answers for the day 4 warm-up. Question A, B, and C are about naming acids. There are 3 rules that are used to name acids. The key principle in all of the rules is that acid names are derived from the anion that is in the acid. In question A, this is H for hydrogen, and then NO3, which is nitrate. That anion ends in ate, and there's an acid rule that you use when the anion has that ending. The rule states when the anion in an acid ends in ate, the acid's name is a word ending in ic. This is nitric acid. So we're modifying the word nitrate to turn it into the word nitric. Question B. This acid contains hydrogen and bromide. Bromide is an anion ending in ide. We have our 3 acid rules. Pick the rule that tells you what to do when the anion ends in ide. That rule says when an acid has an anion ending in ide, the name of the acid begins with hydro and ends with ic. Hydrobromic acid. Question C. This acid has hydrogen and PO3. That's phosphite. This anion ends in ite. Well, we have an acid rule for that. The rule says when an acid has an anion ending in ite, the name of the acid is a word ending with OUS. This is phosphorus acid. Key to naming acids is to have access to the 3 rules. So hopefully they are in your notebook. Question D, E, and F is the reverse process. Given the name of the acid, create the formula. You'll notice in questions A, B, and C how every single acid began with hydrogen, right? So we know our formula is going to have hydrogen in it. It might have a single H, it might be H2, it might be H3. We'll have to figure that out based on charges. The other thing we know from questions A, B, and C is that there's these 3 rules that make a connection between the name of the acid and the name of the anion that's in the acid. So question D, we have a word beginning with hydro and ending with ic. That was when the anion ends in ide. So we have to form a word that has chlor and ide. Okay, no problem. Chloride. We know the symbol for chloride. It's Cl. It has a -1 charge. How many hydrogens do we need to pair with that to create a neutral compound? Only 1 hydrogen. So HCl. Question E, nitrous acid. Here we have an acid name ending with OUS. We have a rule that associates acids ending in OUS with anions ending in ite. So we want to form a word that begins with the NITR but ends in ite. That's nitrite. Nitrite has the symbol NO2 with a -1 charge. So now we know how many hydrogens to pair with it. HNO2. Question F, this acid ends in ic. We had an acid rule that says that means the anion ends in ate. And our anion has got to have the chlor part. So that's chlorate. Chlorate has the symbol ClO3 and it has a -1 charge. So once again, we only have to have 1 hydrogen to balance a -1 charge. Even though all 3 of these formulas only have 1 capital H, please don't think that all acids would only have 1 hydrogen. You have to balance whatever the negative charge on the anion is. So if you have an anion with, let's say, a -2 charge, then your formula would have to begin H2.